It's a Friday. Whoop, whoop. So I hope you had a nice week. And of course, you're looking forward to the weekend. For those in Canada, well, it's Thanksgiving weekend. And I know people do have plans. I also have plans. We're actually about to take off and head to some destination that I will be sharing with you, I think in the next 2 weeks. So be on the lookout for that video. In the meantime, pack your suitcases and have your cocktails ready because we are going to China. Yes. Okay. It's now recording. Can you see that on your end?
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Mwape. Happy Friday.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you? Great. Cheers.
Cheers. What? Ooh, that looks like a nice drink. What drink are you having?
Back in Zambia, it's too hot, so I'm having a cold beer.
Ah, nice. I'm
Being
having
a Friday
island
in the
coffee.
evening.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Mine, it's a simple cocktail, but I'm thinking islandish, though we're not going to an island today, are we?
I don't think so.
Okay, so ni hao.
Ni hao.
Oh, ni hao. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Mwape. I know that you're taking us to China, so please jump in. I can't wait to hear all the stories.
Great. So we go to China. Where in China do you want to go?
I need options, please. So
Unfortunately, I won't take you to Beijing. I'll take you to Guangzhou.
Okay, okay. And how long were you in China?
I was in China on a business trip for must have been 10 days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think
nice.
10 days. Yeah, for
Okay.
10 days.
Oh.
So that was me at the airport.
Okay. Ah, very, very nice.
So basically in China, I went there for a business trip.
Okay.
It was sponsored by the company.
Okay.
It was sponsored by the company, but you know, when you go to Rome, they say you should also do what Romans do.
Yes.
So I was there.
Okay.
And the Canton Fair is basically like a trade fair. Now it's a big trade fair. It happens like it's an international trade fair where you have people from America, from everywhere in the world coming to see what China has in stock in terms of business. So I went there. My company sent me there basically to, yes, my company sent me there basically to go and look at what is on offer in terms of what business the company can do in China. So that's a team that I went with in China.
Oh, nice. Mr. Mwape, I think that maybe you should also come on the tea show so you can give us some business tips.
Maybe one of these days.
Thank you. So was that day one?
I'll be more than glad. Yes. So this is the arena where the Canton Fair happens. So we're outside. So that's the team that I went with to China to look at the business that the company can do. You know, I work for Zambia State Insurance, and part of the things we do is investment in real estate.
Oh.
And we're looking at materials which we can source from China that we can use for renovation of our properties.
Okay.
So that's the team that went to China from Zambia. Apparently from ZISC, on that team, there are only 3 that came from ZISC. There's this face, this is our real estate manager, and this was our investment director. Yes, and that's myself there.
Nice.
In China, and I had an opportunity to meet a number of businessmen One of them was Eric, very
Okay.
good Chinese, and he was able to speak very fluent English.
Okay.
He took us through. Apparently, his profession is a carpenter. So we visited this shop. We talked about business relations that my company can enter into.
Mm.
But obvious, because I was in China, we were also able to discuss some uh, some private business,
Okay.
an individual, something that I can tap in. So this is Eric here, and this is one of the gentlemen that traveled from Zambia also to
Okay.
look for business opportunities in China.
Wow.
Whilst, whilst in China, I also had an opportunity to go to a town that deals in tiles. So
Ah.
basically, they just do building materials, and the town is called Foshan.
Okay.
So if you want to buy building materials in China, you go to a town called Foshan.
Okay.
And this is the team that I was with. So that's Foshan.
Oh wow.
So
So like,
basically, this is a town for building materials. Yes.
so for example, would you say China it's more of a business tourism compared to the islands, the partying? It's more business related, or it's both?
Apparently, the town I went to, that is Guangzhou, it's more of a business center than a tourist attraction. But of course, there
Okay.
are nice places in Guangzhou. And it's unfortunate that
Okay.
I didn't take so many photos when I was in Guangzhou. I think I was enjoying more sight viewing than the taking of photos.
Okay. No, that's fine. In fact, we want to see every picture that you can share with us, even at least one of the food.
One of the what? Sorry.
The food.
Eh, Chinese food. Unfortunately, I never felt in love with Chinese food.
Oh.
I was always looking forward to eating good food from China, but I don't know whether I didn't like their spices or something. But I like their herbal soup, and I enjoyed it very much. Most of the times, most of the times I was eating more of the herbal food
Okay.
than their foods.
Oh wow,
I
that's
really never liked their yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
There was a restaurant we went to, and they served very good meals. But it's like I've never really felt in love with their food. Probably
Ah,
I was missing. I remember after 3 days, I had to trouble the delegation leader and tell him to say, I want Ishima, I want Ishima, I want Ishima,
Kansima,
until he introduced
Kansima.
me to a place called Dashato. There's a place called Dashato where Ishima is served.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Ah. So was it like a Chinese restaurant where it was owned by an African person?
Apparently, it's owned by a Chinese lady who's married to
Oh,
cook. So they cook meals, talk of Nigerian meals, the jollof
wow.
rice, talk of Ghanaian meals. So when you go there, you just tell them I want a Zambian meal, and they'll serve you in shima with could be T-bone, it could be chicken, it could be fish. If you want a Malawan or Zimbabwean rice, it will be cooked exactly as you would taste it when you're in Zimbabwe.
Wow. Ah, that's interesting.
And by the way, the vegetables are rarely cooked. They just put vinegar on top and some tomatoes, and you enjoy your shima, your Zambian meal with the undercooked vegetables.
Wow, that's interesting. So what else do you have to share with us about China?
Culturally, it's something I found very interesting. When you go out of the country, you tend to learn other people's cultures as well as their work attitude. And from the Chinese, I learned this commitment towards what they are doing.
Okay.
They're a very committed people, very hardworking. You find them working from a youngster up to an old person. And what was interesting is, here back here in Zambia, when you see people unloading or floating things like cement, milling and other things, you see teenagers and people in their early 20s doing those things. But in China, you find old people doing those works.
Wow.
You find old people cleaning the streets. And by the way, their streets are cleaned in the night.
Oh,
So when
wow.
you take a walk in the night about 22, 23 midnight, you see people cleaning the streets.
Oh, wow.
It's something that I found very interesting about Chinese people's culture towards work. They're very hardworking people. It's something that I picked from them.
Mm.
And also something, back here in Zambia, we always think that Chinese are short people. But in fact, most Chinese are tall.
Ah, so that's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe it's the Chinese in Guangzhou who are tall, but I found Chinese who are far taller than me. I know my average in Zambia I'm short, but we had one of our members in the delegation who is very tall. In the company, should be the second tallest. But we found people far taller, Chinese far taller than him.
Wow. Huh. Okay. So were you able to actually learn a few words from Mandarin? Can you have a basic conversation or just hello?
Just hello, near how, and then I think I also picked the counting because we're dealing in money, so you have to know the counting. So I picked a few numbers in Chinese.
Ah, that's interesting. And any other pictures you'd like to share with us or tips visiting China? The time you visited, was it rainy? Was it hot?
Apparently, okay, just a few tips. Apparently, the time we visited, Guangzhou is sort of an industrial town. There's a lot of industries in Guangzhou. So the time I visited, I think most of the times there was a cloud cover in the sky.
Okay.
So we never got to see the sun per se. And it should be one of the most polluted provinces or towns in China. Because you
Mm,
see, before people were wearing masks, you'd see people walking the streets putting on masks. It was very hot. We
wow.
experienced a few drizzles, especially on the first day when we had the Canton Fair. And there were some drizzles. So you can imagine it's raining, but you are feeling very hot. So even when you
Oh,
feel like, let me get soaked, it's still hot. Otherwise, it was very hot, extremely hot.
huh. Okay. So now,
Something also interesting,
yes.
yes.
Sorry, this is more of I think my question, and I'm sure
There are no flies.
most of the ladies are watching the show. When I think of China, I think of Brazilian hair. Were you able to at least even see a factory where they were selling wigs?
Fortunately, yes. Every time somebody talks about the Brazilian hair in China, I remember this tour guide of ours, I've forgotten her name. She found my hair to be very, very funny. She was saying, hey, this is very funny. And she was shocked that I was looking for artificial hair in China. So we went to, I've forgotten the place where we went, where they just sell hair. You just find factories for hair. So even I had no idea that the artificial hair that our women put on is graded. So they were able to tell me, so this is grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, 4, 5, 6. And they'll tell you this is grade 11, it's very expensive, and Zambians don't buy this hair. Most Zambians are buying grade 8.
Ah,
And it was
wow.
interesting, best grade in China.
Oh, wow. Ah, okay.
And it was interesting that it's quite very cheap.
Wow. No, that's interesting. No, China, I know they have this really nice hair, so it's good to hear. But you didn't take a picture.
Of the hair.
Uh, Mr. Mwape, you have
I
to go
didn't.
back to
I didn't
China.
think.
You have to go back to China and bring pictures.
I think after the lockdown, I think once coronavirus is done, I have to go back to China. In
Nah,
fact,
you
it's
loved
my.
it.
I think there are a few things that I feel I need to go back to China and do.
Okay. Okay. And anything else about that we need to know before taking off to China that you'd like to share before you leave?
Before you leave, before you go to China, ensure that you know where you're going. Get your tour guide. Get a Chinese who is able to speak English.
Mm.
The majority of the Chinese in China don't speak English. You know, China is it's got so many languages. So even when you learn Mandarin, it's not every China that speaks Mandarin. So get a tour guide, get somebody to take you around, but you'll be safe. At least there are no these people walking around the street vendors and street kids who may steal money from you. Uh, Chinese people, I think they've done very well. The government has done very well in terms of security.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Your money
Wow.
is secured. If you're going to places like Guangzhou, ensure you carry your mask. Need to drink a lot of water. The place is very polluted, and be ready to test their food. If you enjoy their food, you're fortunate. But unfortunately, for a person like me, I never enjoyed the Chinese food. They've got very nice draft beer. I enjoyed it very much. So I hope you decide to go to China, test their beer. They've got very good draft beers. And
Okay.
they're very welcoming people, very hospitable. And there are a few Chinese who've never seen black people in person, so it becomes very interesting for them when you enter into their shops. And then most of their phone, they don't have WhatsApp in China, so they use a WeChat.
Okay.
So WeChat and the Chinese who can speak English, get their phone and type it on their phone to translate. They'll also type and they'll translate. Otherwise, they're
Mm.
very hospitable people.
Wow.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And
No,
then
thank
they don't serve cold water. Back in Zambia, you'll have cold water after a meal. They don't serve cold water. So if you ask for water, they'll bring you water from a kettle.
Oh, wow. Oh, and yeah, the
Yeah,
Chinese, they're healthy people. Like, so yeah. So I
yeah,
can
very.
only imagine being saved after sima kokupia getting warm water. Must have been strange.
Give you water.
No, thank you so much, Mr. Wonder. It was fun touring China. And I know you're
Yeah,
going to
so,
take us to another soon.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thanks very
Okay. Bye.
much. Goodbye. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks very much.
OMG. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwape, for that interview, that walk through China. It was a business trip, but I think he did tell us that he did have fun. He talked about of course, I was concentrating more on the Brazilian hair, the different grades. He talked about the culture that the Chinese people have, which is interesting. They're hardworking, they're welcoming. He talked about the food. He also talked about how Chinese person that's run by Chinese, the restaurant that's run by Chinese, but they do sell African food, different cultural food. That's really interesting. And I think I've actually picked a few business trips from this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you again, Mr. Mwape. I know you owe us another trip. I cannot wait to see where you take us. For everyone who watched this show, thank you so much for the love and support. And I would like to say thank you, fans. Thank you, viewers. We have hit 100 subscribers. Whoop, 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 whoop. So it's an extra thumbs up to everyone. It's team effort. Please continue sharing my channel. You can, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram and like my Facebook page. Christmas is around the corner. I will soon be giving away Christmas giveaways, so make sure you watch every video, as questions will be coming from those videos. So until next time, happy Thanksgiving weekend. God bless and bye.